If you grew up in a house like mine, that means you didn't even hear the word alcohol growing up. My dad, a Baptist minister, the word alcohol was never even spoken in our house. And so I had no foundation, no theological foundation on which to stand when in high school, as many high schoolers have to face the reality of alcohol around them, I didn't know what to believe. And so it was there in my bedroom that one of my buddies had brought beer from his house, and he pulled it out of his bag and he handed it to me. And it was from there that other poor decisions continued on. As unfortunately too many testimonies go, it was that freshman year of college that things really got toxic for me. It was not the best environment for me to even be in. I had some really good friends, but it was at Western Carolina. I was a part of the band, specifically the drum line, and that group of folks really took pride in their partying. And so alcohol was way too easily accessible, and there were too many parties and too many bad environments that I found myself in, and having no foundation on which to stand and making just poor decisions and bad self-control, I found myself in some really dangerous situations. That's why it was interesting when, as God called me out into ministry in the middle of all of this, I turned around and told some of my friends, I'm not going to be back next year. I'm going to Gardner-Webb University. I'm going into ministry. Oh my goodness, you should have seen their eyeballs thinking, You were just partying last week. What are you doing now? And so it was in the middle of all of that I had to assess my life, what I believed, had to finally address my theology, who I was, how I was going to live this life for God. And so as I started addressing that, even there, the end of that freshman year, as I was ending that, getting ready to head into ministry, I started thinking, Cameron, how did you get to this place? And that's when I realized it was really more of the sin of escapism. It was through the drinking that I was able to escape from the reality that, I'll be honest, it scared me. The reality that brought about anxiety, the reality that brought about fear, the reality that brought about worry. And so drinking was a form of escapism for me to get away from those things. As I talk with folks who ask, well, what about weed? What about this? What about that? I always go back to, what is the purpose of using this substance? What is the purpose of this drinking? If it's to escape this reality which God has blessed us with, then it is absolutely sinful. Friends, this life is difficult. It's stressful. There can be worry. But our responsibility is to trust God and to hand the difficult moments to God and say, God, all of this is yours, not to pick up the bottle, not to light whatever it is you're wanting to smoke. It's not that. It's to trust God. That's why behind me I have the Narcan spray that Zoe Freedom Center passes out, because so many folks go from alcohol to other substances, all for the sake of escaping this reality. Friends, how do you make your choices in life? Whether it's alcohol, whether it's other forms of substance abuse, are you just trying to escape this reality? This one life in which God has blessed you with. And so everyone in your group has come from different backgrounds as you've grown up, from church environments to different cultures, even globally. And so when it comes to alcohol and substance abuse and potentially trying to escape this reality, where do you land? And why do you believe what you believe? What scripture backs up your train of thought? Where does that theological solid ground on which you are standing? And so, friends, blessings upon your conversations with your group.